Hi, and welcome back to the iOS app development series. In this course, we're going to look at the NS library. Now, we've used this before using NSString and NSLog, but we'll look at a few more data types. You might be wondering what NS stands for. Originally, this came from a library called the NeXTSTEP Foundation Library. Then Sun adopted it, and so depending on who you ask, NS either stands for NeXTSTEP or NeXTSun. In this session, we're going to start with NSString. Just go over what we've done before and look at a little extra functionality. Just open up Xcode, create a new Xcode project, and we'll start with a single view application and click Next. And I'm going to name it NSString and click Next. Create it on the desktop, and I'll open up viewcontroller.m. I'm just going to put the code in the viewDidLoad event. Make a little extra room here. Now, I'll start with something we've seen before. So NSString pointer s, and I'm going to initialize s by allocating some space. NSString alloc, and I'm going to do an init with format. Now you'll notice a few other inits here. You've got an init with string, which doesn't have the formatting, so you can't embed other information into the string like you do with the init with format. There's init with data, init with contents of URL, contents of file, characters, bytes. But I'll just do format today. I'm going to say hi space %at, and then embed another string in there, Sally. And now I'm going to output it. NSLog %at s, and I'll save it and run it. Okay, and I see hi Sally, so that's great. Let's look at initializing it in a different way. So if you wanted to say s is equal to NSString, and you could just say string with format. And there's the same kind of methods, but with string instead of init. And so if I say string with format, I can do exactly the same thing. %at, and I can put another string in there, and I'm just going to put Bob in here this time. And I can output it as well. And %at s, save it and run it, and we'll get hi Bob. Now, the difference between these two is pretty simple. It has to do with the memory management. So when you do an alloc and an init with format, it doesn't specify anything for memory management. You have to explicitly release it, or you would have to enclose it in an auto-release block with the brackets. This one, the string with format, comes with an auto-release attached to it. So it automatically releases when it hits the end of a block. The important thing to remember with NSString is that it cannot be changed. You cannot change the contents of the string. You have to create a new memory location with a string in it and point it to that, which is what I've done here with the NSString string with format. It's creating a new location in memory, and it's setting to there. I'm using automatic reference counting, so this is not a problem. It will release automatically when it hits the end of the block. But I would have to explicitly release it, create a new spot, and then I'd have it set to a different value. But I cannot change Bob to Rob. I cannot change that B to an R without creating an entirely new string and pointing it at that value. In the next session, I'm going to look at NSMutableString, which allows you that kind of functionality. Thanks for watching.